All right, coming up on Ann Arbor Tonight, we have a great show for you today. The Ben Daniels Band is here. Yeah, all right. We have Ricarlo Flanagan. We have comedian Billy Ray Bauer. Yes. Oh, and wait for this, folks. We have Ari from Zingerman's in the house. All right. You know, it's interesting. Stephen Hawking turned 75, and he celebrated it by being revived 3 times. Yeah. You know, another celebrity birthday, Elvis Presley, and he celebrated it by remaining dead. Yeah. You know, I don't know. What, guys, these are mean jokes, aren't they? What a mean monologue. Yeah. Look. Hey, you know, don't worry. They'll get better. You know. Keurig and Anheuser-Busch are teaming up to build an in-home booze brewer. And growing up in my home, we had one of those. It was called Dad. You know, today I Googled my net worth and nothing came up. You know, so uncanny how they knew that. Yeah, cocaine use at U.S. colleges are up, and apparently some professors are using it to teach the metric system. Yeah, the latest grooming trend for men is an anti-grooming, as in no grooming, as in the grubby look is in. And if you don't believe me, well, just look at my posse, for crying out loud. I know. No, thank you guys. I'm so excited. Ann Arbor Tonight. This is episode 3. Please stay tuned, and we will be right back. Hello, yes. Woo! Hello, everyone. Can we get some clapping in here? Jeez. Thank you so much. I have to clap for myself. Yeah. Welcome to Ann Arbor Tonight. This is episode 3. I am so excited. And are you guys excited? Man, this is great. Man. Yeah. No, this is great. You know, we do things a little bit differently here at Ann Arbor Tonight. You know, Johnny Carson had Ed McMahon, and his name is David Letterman, and he used Paul Schaefer. But, you know, we do things a little bit differently here. I'd like to introduce, we have what's called the Ann Arbor Tonight Posse. So please give a warm welcome for the Ann Arbor Tonight Posse, please. Right. All right. Yeah, no, it's interesting. I am so grateful for everyone here and for this show. And, you know, it's just a lot of fun. And, you know, it's interesting because we've welcomed a new year. And everybody has, you know, New Year's resolutions. I'm going to get in shape. I'm going to do this. I'm going to quit coffee. I'm going to do this and that. You know, well, I've got some of my own. And I'm telling you guys, I mean it. I swear. I am going cold turkey. No more Flintstone vitamins for me. Okay? I'm done. I'm tired of it. I've had enough.
Hey.
Oh, hey, my assistant, Shelly, everybody.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hi. Hey, give me the rundown of the show. Just go over it.
Oh, yeah, no, we have a great show for you today,
yeah.
Shelly. We have Ricarlo Flanagan.
Flanagan,
today.
great.
Yes.
Got it right.
Yes.
Good.
Exactly. We have Billy Ray Bauer.
Bauer.
Yeah. Bauer.
It's Bauer. Say it Bauer.
Billy Ray Bauer, excuse me.
Okay.
Yes. We have Ari from Zingerman.
Ari Weinzweig.
Ari Weinzweig.
Yep,
Weinzweig.
that's right.
Okay.
That's good.
Ari Weinzweig.
Good practice.
And we have the Ben Daniels Band on the show.
Yeah. Okay, you know who else is here?
Oh, who's that?
Is Timmerman from corporate.
Wait, Timmerman?
Yeah.
You mean Tim Timmerman?
No. Jack.
Oh, Jack Timmerman.
Jack Timmerman. He's
yeah. Right. Oh, wow. No, this is great. Can we get a shot of Mr. Timmerman, please? We have Mr. Timmerman in the audience.
No.
Oh,
No.
Oh, perfect. You know, again, with the New Year's resolutions, you know, I'm going to break my Swiffer habit. I got to tell you, it's really bad, and especially when I drink, it's horrible. So I really got to clean up, you know, really. Yeah. No. We've got a great show, so please, ladies and gentlemen, we have a great show. And I already did my jokes. So we're gonna go to a commercial break. We have a great show. We'll be right back.
cooked. Let's just put the whole pineapple in, okay?
Is it okay? I can put my fingers wherever I want?
Yeah, wherever you want. Now,
We're not saying it didn't happen. We're saying we can make it better.
we need to change it.
And that's okay.
You look better without him.
We do look
We
better
do.
without him. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Ann Arbor Tonight. Well, it's time for me to bring up our first interview guest. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm Ann Arbor Tonight welcome to Ari Weinzweig of Zingerman. Hey, Ari, come on over here.
Hello, Zach.
Hey, Ari, thanks for joining me. I appreciate it.
My pleasure, man.
All right. Man, what a handshake there. Jeez, work
don't
out.
know.
My goodness.
I'm not that strong, but
Oh, no, it's fine. It's fine. But thank you so much for being on the show.
My pleasure.
This is just so wonderful. And, you know, I want to dive right in here because you're just a guy with your partner in business. For those that don't know, Ari, you run and operate Zingerman's. And it's a company or corporation of businesses, if you will. But you started the establishment Zingerman's Deli, and you really worked from the ground up. I mean, literally. I mean, from a guy that was serving behind the counter all the way up to, just having all these entities now, from coffee and all these kinds of different brands. But looking back, I mean, could you ever have imagined that Zingerman's would be what it is now?
not at all. No, I
Yeah.
mean, this is, when Paul and I, well, first of all, I didn't think I'd live to be 30, so that alone put me over the edge. But, when Paul and I opened the deli, it was 1982, so we're coming up on our 35th anniversary in March.
Wow.
And we didn't, now we teach a lot about visioning, and I've written a lot about visioning, and
Sure.
Zing Train, our training business, teaches seminars on it, but at the time we didn't really know anything about visioning.
Yeah.
But like everybody who starts a business, or you starting this program,
Sure.
You have a vision in your head, and we had one in our head. And that, in hindsight, I would say was, to create a really unique and special place. We didn't want to be a copy of something from New York or Chicago or
Right.
Detroit or LA. To have really amazing food and great service and a great place for people to work, but to do it in a really down-to-earth setting where you could have what we still have going on, which is the president of U of M at one table and a family of little kids at the next table, and a truck driver who would deliver to the back door, leaving their truck in the loading zone and coming to get a sandwich, and then maybe a community high student, because we're
Yep.
500 yards from community high school, coming in to grab one slice of bread and a glass of water or something, and that's
love
still
it.
really what's going on. So,
Yeah.
And we knew from the beginning we only wanted one.
Okay.
I really like unique things.
Sure.
I think that's part of what draws me to Ann Arbor, actually, in the context of this show.
Mm-hmm.
And I just always have found in the food business, and I think really with everything, but when you open replicas, it's not evil, but it
Sure.
starts to lose that
The luster.
creative, the edge.
Yeah.
So I was in San Francisco a couple of weeks ago, and I was walking by the campus of Wharton,
Okay.
right? And
Yeah.
I'm like, it just seems odd to have Wharton not in Pennsylvania.
Right.
But anyway, so that's what we set out to do.
Yeah.
The general wisdom when we opened was we were doomed to fail.
Wow.
Ann Arbor had probably 10 or 12 delis go out of business in the previous decade, so everybody thought we would never make it.
Oh, my goodness.
People told us it was a terrible neighborhood, and we
Really?
were making a big mistake to open there. As you probably know, there's still no parking to this day.
Right.
And up until cell phones, which it's hard for your younger audience to remember, but there was an era before cell phones. It was very difficult to find because all the one-way streets.
Yeah.
5, 6, 7 years after we opened, we were considered geniuses. It turned
Yeah.
out it was a fabulous location.
Sure.
And Ann Arbor turned out to have always needed a deli.
Yeah.
So really that vision, that's what we imagined.
Sure.
And it actually happened. And then fast forwarding probably to 1993, so we'd been in business about 11 years.
Yeah.
We were doing probably $5 million in sales, something like that.
It's not bad.
No, not bad at all. We've
Yeah.
been in the New York Times, et cetera. So in
Yeah.
quotes, we were a success. And
Sure.
in hindsight, we had fulfilled that original vision.
Mm-hmm.
And Paul, my partner, who
Sure.
you know of, when he kind of has I've come to call it a really good intuitive organizational alarm clock.
Wow.
Like your alarm clock in the morning, it can be annoying when it goes off, but it's going off for a good reason. So he sat me down on the bench in front of the deli.
Sure.
And with no warning, one morning in the summer of '93, and he kind of threw this thing at me like, okay, what are we going to be doing in 10 years? And I was
Yeah.
like, stop bothering me, I got work to do.
Yeah.
But what he was asking me is, what's your vision? And
Right.
you know, I wasn't really ready for the conversation, and I had no good answer.
Okay.
And I don't think he really knew either. He just sensed that we needed to redo our long-term vision.
Right.
And so we spent a year of arguing, talking, dialogue, long walks, coming back to the table over and over again until we figured out the answer to his question, which turned into a 15-year vision, not 10, which was called Zingerman's 2009, that came out in '94.
Sure.
And that vision is what outlined this community of businesses that you touched on. So,
Sure.
did I know this was what it was going to be like when we opened a deli? No. But what exists now is, you know, 90% of what we wrote in that 6-page 2009 vision came to fruition. And we wrote a new vision in '07 for 2020. So that was a long answer to your question, but there you go.
Hey, no problem. I mean, I think, you know, knowledge is power, and I think that story is important.
Yeah.
So for
Me too.
somebody, no, exactly. I'm curious, though. I'm curious, Ari. So for somebody that's never visited Ann Arbor,
Yeah.
has heard of it,
Yeah.
loves the city, wants to come visit, number one, why should they come to Ann Arbor, and why should they
Oh.
grab a bite at Zingerman's?
Well, they might not love the city if they've never been here, probably. But I mean, I think, you know, I came here to go to school. I grew up in Chicago. I went to U of M. I studied Russian history.
Wow.
Particular focus on the anarchists, so it's probably not why your average listener would want to come, but we do have the largest anarchist collection is on the 7th and now 8th floors of the Graduate Library at the Labadie collection. So
Really?
if you have listeners that are interested in anarchist you know, records and literature and books, it's a great, I love it, and I still go up there and study. But anyway, there's more reasons than that. So I stayed here really just because I didn't know where else to go, and I didn't want to go home. But I actually came to love the town much more after I was in school than while I was in school.
Sure.
While I was in school, you know, I didn't have a car.
Okay.
I think before global warming, it was a lot colder in the winter, and it's a long walk from the east side of campus to get to downtown Ann Arbor to have a beer. So,
Definitely.
And you didn't go wandering around. You got to your destination and raced inside. But I just think Ann Arbor is a unique and amazing place. I think that it's got a collection of people that, you know, come from all walks of life, from literally all over the world, literally every specialist. And it's a very welcoming community in that sense, I believe, or I'd like to believe. And then also, you know, I think we have a super high proportion of art and music and, you know, intellectual discourse that you would normally find in a much bigger city, yet we get to have it in a place where it's, you know, at most 15 minutes from one end of town to completely on the other end.
Yeah.
And then we're 25 minutes from, you know, the Delta hub at Detroit Metro Airport. So thanks to Delta, we get to fly everywhere in the world pretty much direct without having to live in a big city and sit in traffic. So, so all of those things, and then I guess the food scene. People, you know, I don't really go out because I'm a total introvert, but it's come a long ways over the years. Why would they want to come to us? Well, if they don't like really good food, then it wouldn't be worth coming to us. But if they really are interested in great food, you know, both the eating experience of it, but also the learning and intellectual component of it, just to, you know, to learn the story of the food and where it came from and why it's special. Hopefully we can make a really great, rewarding experience for them. And certainly, as you know, I mean, we've had experiences, given experiences to people from all over the world who still remain customers, who still email or write, or, you know, if they're in the U.S., are shipping food all over the country from here.
Wow, that is amazing. I mean, you have accomplished so much. I mean, not just as a community member here in the city of Ann Arbor, but as a business person. So I'm curious, I mean, what keeps you getting up in the morning and goal setting for yourself and saying, you know, there is something to accomplish today, there is something to do?
Well, I mean, everything we do is imperfect and everything could be better. There's more people to help, and there's more food to learn about, and recipes to improve, and service to improve, and, you know, and so many books to read and much more to learn and assimilate into our work so we can help more people. I mean, it's, you know, we're never going to get to the ideal. I mean, it's just enjoying the ride and appreciating the little joys of the day, and, you know, which of course are inevitably mixed in with the frustrations of, you know, when we fall short, which everybody does. But yeah, no, I like what I do, and the anarchist poet and playwright and writer Paul Goodman said, having a vocation is like falling in love and it works out.
Oh,
And
I like that.
I like that too.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I got lucky and I found a job that I really love and I would happily do for another 200 years.
Hey, there we go. Let's hope it lasts that long.
I'm going to do my best, man. Your job is to interview the person who has the secret to having a vital and healthy life for 200 years so I can do it.
Oh yeah, I'll do the best
So
I
I
can.
hope that having been interviewed on the show, you'll let me know after.
I
you-
will.
after
I
you find
definitely
it.
will. I
Cool, man.
promise. I
All right.
promise. You know, I'm curious too. I mean, it's again, you opened, you know, the original location in 1982, and again, you really worked your way up. But do you remember that aha moment when you were with Paul? You guys were both working in the restaurant business way back when.
Yeah.
I mean, do you remember that?
1850s.
Yeah, that's right, 1850s. That's
Just
right.
before the Civil War. Yeah.
There we go. And I think they were still writing with feathers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But
We used to ride our horses downtown.
that's right. Use calligraphy.
Yeah.
So, do you remember that sort of aha moment when you guys said, you know, this is something that's needed, and why a deli? Why a deli?
Well, I don't know that there was one magical moment, but you know, Paul was the general manager when I started washing dishes at Maud's restaurant after I graduated from Michigan with my history degree, and that's how we met. And we worked together there for, I don't know, almost 2 years, and then he left. I started prepping and cooking and then managing kitchens, but he left about halfway through that time period and opened Monahan's Seafood Market, which is another great institution. You
Yep,
could
still
interview
here,
Mike
still.
Monahan,
Yep.
one of the best fish markets in the country.
It is.
And so he opened that, and we stayed friends, and we would talk off and on about doing something. And you know, so Detroit, where he grew up, you could get good deli food. In Chicago, you could get it, but you couldn't get it here. And so that was something that came up in our conversations. And by the early fall of '81, I had worked for that restaurant group for almost 4 years, and I just, you know, was sort of increasingly less excited about going to work. So
Sure.
It wasn't bad. They're not bad people. It's not like I hated it. It wasn't horrible. There was no cataclysmic negative event. But
Okay.
I just, you know, it just was less and less inspiring, and I could sort of tell where they wanted to go wasn't where I wanted to go, which
Right.
isn't terrible, but then it's time to nicely say, you know, goodbye. So
Sure.
November 181, I gave 2 months notice. I didn't know what I was going to do next, and Paul, not knowing I'd given notice, called me to say that this little building near the fish market was coming open and we should go take a look at it. And
There we go.
3.5 months later, we opened up.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, what a story. I mean, I'm curious, and you've probably got to ask this a lot, but I mean, do you yourself have a favorite sandwich?
Favorite sandwich?
Yeah.
Well, it's been a long time since I ate a whole sandwich because I generally don't eat meals during the day. I just quality check stuff and taste a little of this and a little of that. But
Sure.
I probably still go with the number one, which is the corned beef and chopped liver on rye bread from the bakehouse with Russian dressing and a little bit of leaf lettuce. Although the Montreal smoked meat is really good right now, so I might sub that in for
There
the
we
corned
go.
beef.
Little
So
mix
that's
and
your
match.
that's your little insider's tip for today.
Hey, there we go. I like it. I like it. No, this is great, man. So, again, too, for those watching, I mean, for any, you know, Michigan has a great business school here, Raw School of Business. Do you have
Yeah,
any?
I never
you know,
went, but
no. Right. But do
I
you-
never went to culinary school either.
Right.
though.
Well, I mean, that's amazing though that you were able to sort of, you know, have this happen
Well,
without that
I
experience.
think you can. I mean, I'm from an academic family, so I'm all about education. I read constantly.
Sure.
I got so many books piled up in my house. The house is going to disappear under them pretty soon. So, I mean, I'm totally for learning, and I'm not down on people going to business school. But I think you can learn almost anything if you work at it hard enough. And there's certainly, you know, people who've not gone to school that learned it, and there's people who've gone to school who didn't learn much. So
Yeah.
I'm all for the education, and you know, we feel really lucky to be in the same town with such a great, you know, academic institution. I mean, without the university, Ann Arbor would be obviously a wholly different place. And
Yep.
the business school, in particular, the Center for Positive Organizational Scholarship, is a subsection within the business school. Does very, I think, inspiring work, and you know, we feel like they're sort of the academic version of a lot of what we do, and then we provide them with a real life model of like, okay, here's a nice theory which
Right.
people can dismiss, but oh yeah, 2 miles away it's actually working.
There we
So
go.
I think together it's created a pretty rich fabric that, you know, helps enhance the creativity of the community.
Well, and gives back to the community. in
Well,
so
yeah,
many
we all
ways.
benefit. I mean, we benefit from their presence, and hopefully we contribute to theirs. I know when they're recruiting at the university, it's not uncommon. I see them at the Roadhouse or at the deli or whatever.
That's wonderful. And sort of shifting away from business and work, what do you listen to? What kind of music do you like? What's your favorite band?
I listen to lots of music. I don't know what my favorite is. Mostly weird, obscure music.
Yeah? Give us a name. Name of a track? Name of
Well, let's see. Who have I been listening to this week? Cattell Koenig. She's an Irish woman. Listened this week to Warpaint. We listened to Matt Bauer and Ben Weaver, who are solo, I don't know, folk, alt folk, whatever you want to call it. I was at the folk festival Friday night. It's always great. We're big supporters of the ARC. That's another great institution. Somebody else you could interview.
Yeah.
So there was some great music there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did Kiefer Sutherland play? I heard a rumor he was
I think he played on Saturday, but I was there on Friday.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, we'll have to get the ARC over here. They're
Yeah, absolutely, man. They do fabulous work.
Heck yeah. No, thank you so much, Ari.
Oh, my pleasure.
It's just wonderful to have you here. And to all of you watching, I hope you guys can make it out to Zingerman's, grab a bite to eat. And Ari, thanks so much. We hope to have you back on the show.
I'll be here. Thanks, man. Good luck.
Thank you. All right, folks, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back after this.
Hi, this is Tanya Luce.
Hi, this is Xander Hemingway.
Matthew Altruda from
The Scene, Arts and Entertainment, Ann Arbor.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have the distinct pleasure of introducing our first comic guest. 30 years ago, our next guest left his electronics business and entered the world of comedy. And he's become a favorite in the comedy circuit and has combined his comedic talents and his electronic expert on local radio. Please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Billy Ray Bauer.
How's everybody doing? Woo! Wow, I'm hoping this works out better than my last job. I was a male exotic dancer. Shut up. That's how I found out I was a comedian. Tough. It's a tough trip over here. Traffic is trouble. People today are distracted when they're driving. I pulled up at an intersection earlier today. I looked over, the lady's got her dog helping drive the car. Always love to see that. Never a practical dog either. There's always a little Shih Tzu Pekingese thing. You know what I'm talking about. Kind of a dog, the only thing it's good for is to spray it with end dust and shove it under your bed to collect dust bunnies. I mean, seriously, what's a dog like that going to do in a real emergency? If that lady passes out, you know what that little dog's going to do? It's going to spin in a circle and pee all over the seat. That's what it's going to do. You need a real dog, like a Doberman or a Labrador, you know, something that could execute an emergency left-hand turn if it was necessary, you know? So yeah, I'm a married guy. I've been married for a long time, 36 years, yeah. People ask me what I attribute the longevity of my marriage to. It's simple, my wife's a procrastinator, you know. She's been thinking about divorcing me for about the last 8 years, but she just hasn't gotten around to it, so I'm safe. Got kids, got 4 sons. Big boys. Boy, I'll tell you what, they're all over 9 pounds. My wife delivered them all naturally. Yeah, my youngest son, Matt, was 11 pounds, 1 ounce. Kid came out of the womb, he was smoking a cigarette, you know. Got a job right there in the hospital on the maintenance crew, you know. It's tough having kids, you know. I'll tell you, folks, I got to warn you, I got a little message for you since my boys have grown up now, and I have to tell you, here's what I got to say to you. You know, there was a time in America's history when you would raise children and they would leave. I got a 28-year-old living in my house. You know, he doesn't take a hint with a hoot, man. I left his furniture and his clothing out on the lawn. I sent him a text message, see ya. He's still there. Can't get rid of him. And the worst part, he's an adult. He's 28 years old. He doesn't have to ask advice or permission to do things. He just does stuff. Now I'm gone. I'm in Florida for a month doing comedy. I come back. Suddenly, this kid's into body piercing. I come home. He's got a hoop through his lower lip. He's like, what do you think? I said, I think you look like a trout. That's what I think. Apparently, this was the look he was going for. I go away for another month. I come back. Now he's got a half a dozen hoops in his lower lip. He's got a half a dozen hoops in his nostril. He's got an uncountable number of hoops in his ear. He says, what do you think? I said, I think somebody beat the snot out of you with a spiral notebook. That's what I think. Tell you, it's tough. It's tough being a dad, you know. Because kids, you know, when they're little, the stuff that's going to happen, you know, my house was a big, big problem. When you got more children than one, when you have more than one, it's a problem. You could suffer from something I call mystery damage. Stuff breaks. Nobody knows how it happened. I line all four of them up in the living room. The lamp is broken on the floor. All right, who broke the lamp? Hey, who broke the lamp? They're all giving me the silent treatment, staring at their shoes. Finally, one of them snaps. Jimmy did it. Well, that's great. We don't have a Jimmy in our family. Tell you, it's tough. It's tough now. But here we are. I'm an old guy. Things, you know, you get old, things happen. Doctors love me. If I was a house, I'd be a fixer-upper. That's what I'd be. I'm a car with 150,000 on it. That's me. Doctors see me come in their office, their eyes light up. It's crazy. I went into the doctor's office last summer. I had a sore elbow. He goes, oh, you're going to need a colonoscopy. What? And he's like, and for you people who are not familiar with a colonoscopy, I'll give you a quick thumbnail sketch of a colonoscopy. It's very simple. They drug you till you're unconscious, and then they probe you. I know. If it wasn't a medical procedure, it would be a felony. So, well, there you have it.
All right. Yeah, Billy Ray Bauer. Hey, Billy, come on over here. Come on over here. All right. Hey, thanks, man. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, so what, you have a blue ribbon before the show or what?
A couple.
Yeah, hey, I don't blame you. No, great stuff, man. Wonderful stuff. Really, really funny. So 30 years ago, you left the electronics business.
That's true.
Wow. So, I mean, what was it that made you decide, hey, you know what, I'm really done sort of doing this full time. I'd like to do comedy.
I believe it was an aversion to working 8-hour days.
Oh, that's shocking, isn't it?
It
you know,
is.
with the whole
And every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, there I was working and more working and then getting shocked.
Yeah, well, yeah, who wants that?
Well,
makes the hair stand up on my neck.
Well, I'd like to say the same for me, but I don't really have any. So, thanks for bringing it up, Zach.
No, Brian. I mean, it's interesting because you worked in electronics, and you know, Posse, we covered something about that last episode. You know, we talked about how we'd like to have, you know, different shows, and you know, we'd like to have a show where we teach and show seniors technology because there's so much technology out there today. That, you know, you'd like to sort of break them in easy. So what would you say is a good suggestion to break in, you know, a person to a new iPad or a new computer, things like that?
Well, I would rent them someone who actually knows how to use it.
Oh, right.
Right.
Okay.
An older person escort, someone to text,
there we go.
tweet, and otherwise get out on social media for them.
There we go. So, like, just tell them to use the app for that, and the guy will show up.
If you say app to someone over 60, they're probably not likely to get where you're going with
Do they
app.
think it's like, well, what do they think? It's like
they
potato
think it's
skins?
short for appetizer.
Right.
And they're expecting to see a buffet. So you're better off, you know, because social media isn't what it was. When I was a kid, social media was a party line on your phone. You could hear stuff that you weren't supposed to hear, but that was it, you know.
Yeah.
That's right. We didn't, you know, we didn't like it. And we didn't poke people. Well, you know.
Well, you didn't poke them on Facebook.
No, we didn't. No, not in social media. We usually kept the door closed. Get them.
Oh, the tie on the doorknob, right? No.
The Vaseline on the doorknob.
Oh, well. Man, we're getting into a slippery slope here, Billy.
It's a very slippery
yeah,
slope. Yes.
Probably don't want
to go there.
Man, no, we don't. This is Ann Arbor, but no.
Did I mention I'm on drugs? Did I mention that? Okay.
Well,
That's what happened. You see, I grew up in the 60s and 70s. I was on drugs for 25, 30 years.
Oh.
And just as I was about to quit, boom, now I'm back on drugs again because
Well, and
I'm
it's
at an
legal.
age where I'm on drugs.
well, and it's legal now, too.
Well, it can be, yes.
Yeah, right.
I'm not advocating the use of marijuana, but I do keep it in the glove compartment of my car because you don't want me getting glaucoma while I'm driving.
you never know when you need it.
You just don't know when that glaucoma is going to hit. you
Yeah,
know.
that's just, wow.
Nothing worse than being trying to get off an exit ramp on 75 and suddenly everything goes blurry. You just, I'm just making sure.
Well, I see what you're saying on that. But in all fairness, I mean, so you've been to Ann Arbor before. You've performed in Ann Arbor before.
Many
Thank you for coming back. Yeah.
Thanks.
I mean, it's just great to have you back in Ann Arbor. What do you like about the city?
I like the fact that I just think that it's a place where you can get out, you can walk around, and the city's accessible. It's not my favorite place, seriously, to be on the weekend. I've walked around in Ann Arbor on the weekend, and I feel like Father Time. Young people come up and they touch me to make sure that I haven't passed away.
Well, I keep getting older, but all the girls stay the same age.
Have you noticed that?
I have noticed
I
that.
have noticed that. The ones I'm looking at, anyway.
Yeah. No. Well, this is really great. Do you have any shows coming up, like around Michigan? Around
Well,
the
I
state?
do. Yes,
Yeah?
we're doing a show in Brighton this Saturday night
cool.
for the American Spirit Center, which is a veterans, a VFW type of setup. There's going to be a ton of people there. We're going to have a great time. It's going to be fun. We're all going to have a good
Awesome.
time.
Yeah. No, great, man.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep.
And you've got a website too. It's BillyRayBauer.com. Right?
Yes,
So-
strangely enough, it is the exact same name as my stage name.
Imagine that.
Well, I changed it. It was BillyRayBauer.com, but I changed it.
Yeah.
So much confusion.
Yeah, no, thanks. So
No worries.
I
Don't worry.
I
like
really
your desk.
appreciate.
This is
Yeah,
a
I
nice
really.
desk.
Thank you. I really appreciate you being on this show. Thank you. And thank you so much. All right, folks. Please don't go away. After this commercial break, we will have comedian Ricarlo Flanagan. Everybody. Thank you so much. I want to bring up our next comic guest. This guy has had a great journey. He actually quit his day job at Comcast. Can you believe that? To pursue show business, and I really commend him for that. He's done a lot of great things. He's done a lot of great things on Last Comic Standing, as well as the Disney Channel. Please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ricarlo Flanagan, everybody. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Good to be here. All right, I want you guys to take a good look at me, drink it in. Something like a rare commodity, all right? I'm a black man that drives a Toyota Prius. A lot of people make fun of me for driving a Toyota Prius, but they don't know I got a lot of power in driving for two reasons. For one, gas mileage on fleek, as the young kids say. Second reason, there's no such thing as probable cause in the Toyota Prius. So I'm saving the environment and my ass, frankly. So a lot of people get upset when I tell that joke. They think I'm getting racial, which I kind of am, but I don't know why everybody's scared to have the race conversation. I enjoy racism. It's one of my favorite pastimes. I don't know. Racism is great. It brings us life's best moments, I was in the elevator recently. I was standing there waiting to go to my floor. The door opens and two Asian girls were standing there, and they looked at me and went, That was their total response to me. So I said, okay. I stepped back to let them get on the elevator, and they locked arms and slid on the elevator like this. I'm thinking to myself, like, what do they think I'm going to do on the elevator between floors 3 and 5? I mean, the most you can get is an inappropriate massage. Like, oh, yeah. How's this ride going for you? It's going good for me. I don't know. We live in a crazy world. That's why most people are so paranoid. We definitely do. I found this out recently. I was at work doing some research because I don't really go to work. I just go to use the computer. And I don't know if you know this or not, but stalking is still a major crime in America, which is crazy to me because I don't know how you get to that point in your life where you decide to stalk somebody. Like, I've been rejected by plenty of women. I go up to a young lady. I'm like, hey, girl, you gorgeous. I'd love to take you out. She's like, ugh, get away from me. I'm like, okay, well, on to the next one, right? Now, some people go up to a young lady like, hey, girl, you gorgeous. I'd love to take you out. She's like, ugh, get away from me. You're like, okay. Well, now I'm about to learn your schedule. You know who you dealing with, do you? It's crazy. Well, dating is crazy anyway. To me, dating is a risk. It's a huge risk to take because you never know who you're going to run into. Like, that's why I don't really date much because I always run into crazy people, you know. Last person I dated, she broke up with me, told me she didn't want to date me anymore because I wasn't creative in my pursuit of her. Which I don't know what the hell that means. Because that's not something normal people say, you know. That's something like a serial killer would say. But like to the police, like the SWAT team busting the house, all of a sudden the phone ring. Looks like you missed me again. You'd probably catch me if you were more creative in your pursuit of me. Crazy, man. I talk to my mom all the time. She always asks me when I'm going to get married, which, you know, I hate to keep telling her never, but that's not something I'm going to do. Not that I don't agree with the marriage institution. I'm scared to get married because I watch a lot of Forensic Files. I don't know if people have ever seen that show, but it's like after 10 years, everybody just kill each other. It's crazy. I watched Obama's last speech this recently. It was a great speech. He took the high road, though. He went out real classy, which I was disappointed by. I kind of wanted Obama to get real with everybody on this last day. You might as well. I mean, he has the credentials to do it. If it was me, if it was my dream last Obama press conference, it would have went something like this. These last 8 years have been bullcrap. And I know what it is. Every day, somebody's got something hateful to say to me. And I know why. It's because I'm black. But here's the thing. I'm only half black. So you've been hating half yourself this whole time. And it's really not fair. Because, see, usually half black people get over pretty good in this country, you know. You like The Rock, right? You like The Rock? Everybody likes The Rock? You listen to every record Drake puts out, right? For some odd reason, you people treat me like I'm Wesley Snipes or something. That's it for me, you guys. I'm Ricarlo Flanagan. Have a great night.
Hey, Ricarlo, come on over here, man. Come on over here.
Oh, man, how you doing?
Man,
Thanks
for
for
coming
having
out
me,
tonight, Ann Arbor tonight, man.
I appreciate it.
Wow. Man, I tell you what, I mean, you are just something, man. Like, I feel you, man.
Oh,
like,
that's good.
dating is so hard, man. You know,
is.
you come up, it's so weird. You know, you come up to girls today, and I tell you, I do the same thing, right? I go up to them and I say, hey, girl, you know, can I get you a drink? And they're like, no, I can get my own drinks. I'm like, well, with that attitude, you will. I'm like, you know, but no, man. I mean, it's just one of those things. I mean, I'm with you though. I don't understand. You know, they need to come up with something a little bit better than like Facebook and all that, because I feel like there is too much information out there. I get paranoid too. Do you ever see like the same person you don't know more than once in the same day?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and I feel like
Absolutely.
being in a city like this, man, it's crazy. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, ooh.
Absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
you know, usually that's because I'm standing outside that window. But
Oh, well, you know, that would.
that's just a minute
I mean,
detail.
hey, that would do it, man. That would do it. No, I mean, it's amazing though. So again, you know, you left your job
Yeah.
to sort of go into comedy and
Yeah.
go into show business,
Absolutely.
even though you knew, like, you know, there was probably a lot of feedback about that. Going, well, you know.
Oh,
but,
everybody's scared to
Yeah.
make, you know. But fear is something that keeps us all, you know, keeps us from reaching our goals. So, you know,
Yeah.
sometimes you got to just step aside from the fear and just take the fear with you and just go for it.
That's right, man. That's what I'm. Yeah. No, man. I mean, this is great. I mean, since then, man. So like, you're in LA now.
Yeah.
And you know, how do you love LA? Do you like it? I mean, is it cool?
Oh, I do now. I didn't at first because,
Okay.
you know, I'm Midwest, born and raised.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
you know, I'm born and bred in Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh, all right.
Cleveland,
All right.
Ohio.
All right.
Cleveland,
Hey,
Ohio.
you know, yeah, you know.
Ohio.
Well, I figured that was coming. No, it's okay. It's
I was
okay.
kidding. It's all love. But
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
but at first, it was real rough. It was an adjustment, just being that far away from home and my family and everything. It was just me, all me. So, and I didn't, have anybody to lean on. I had a couple good friends there that helped me out, but I got used to it.
Wow, man. No, that's great, and I wish you more success in the future, definitely. Really quick, to those watching, I mean, what do you have to say to those young students right now watching the show that want to pursue comedy, go into the show business realm?
Oh, man. To anybody watching, all the young kids, please, please always chase your dreams. Don't let anybody tell you can't do anything. And if they even present a good reason why you shouldn't do it, just remember it's not their dream, it's your dream. So you follow your dream.
All right. Wonderful. Hey, Ricardo, thanks so much, man.
Thank you,
and
man.
Hopefully we can have you on again.
Absolutely, bro. I'd love to come back.
Thanks so much. And we'll be right back with the Ben Daniels Band after this short break.
Welcome to Dave's TV Zone, where the motto is dance, sing, laugh. Dave's TV Zone highlights all the great acts that appear at the Ann Arbor Summer Festival. From the Grove stage, where you find up-and-coming talent, to the main stage for our headliners. Dave's TV Zone is the place to catch all of the excitement of the Ann Arbor Summer Festival, with something a little extra thrown in to delight and surprise all. So don't miss out, hit that subscribe button, and become a Dave's TV Zone member.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm Ann Arbor Tonight welcome for the Ben Daniels Band.
Desert is through with my guitar, dog, and suitcase. I'll go on the way until my road-weary eyes blur the lines. Too yellow for yellow sometimes. Asleep in the seat next to me is a tell. Time for these boys to find a motel. And I won't let it slip away. We'll get there, I swear, but it may take another day. And I won't ever say too late. Just a few hundred miles away, dreaming of Santa Fe. Somewhere between you and me, the desert air is sweet, like a bouquet of flowers I willed with the hours, awaiting the day that we meet. You left, headed west on a whim. I waited, my patience grew slim. Then early one morning, a knock on the door, and to my surprise, it was him. I won't let it slip away. We'll get there, I swear, but it may take another day. And I won't ever say too late. Just a few hundred miles away, dreaming of Santa Fe. swear, but it may take another day. And I won't ever say too late. Just a few hundred miles away, dreaming of Santa Fe. Just a few hundred miles away, dreaming of Santa Fe. There's no one left to keep you cornered. I don't mind if I'm looked at that way. I don't mind, no, say what you say. Just remember, you're not exempt from the rule. Yeah, you'll be dead one day too. Took the bait. We cared too much for those forsaken. Everybody quit, hurry up and wait. There'll be nothing left, it'll all be taken. I don't mind if I'm looked at that way. I don't mind, no, say what you say. Just remember, you're not exempt from the rule. Yeah, you'll be dead one day too. That way. I don't mind, no, say what you say. Just remember, you're not exempt from the rule. Yeah, you'll be dead one day too. Who were you today? Did you go on with your best foot forward? Who were you when you went astray? When there was no one left enough to keep you cornered.
Great job, Amanda. Great job. Wonderful. Man, I think you guys have done that before. What do you think? I think so. Yeah. Oh, man, this is great. Thank you so much for coming out to Ann Arbor tonight, man. This is great.
Oh, happy to be
Great
here.
to have you guys. Man, so, I mean, it's amazing. You guys are just, you've been traveling a lot. You've been on a tour. It's amazing. And we talked a little bit before the show. You guys are going to be doing a show in Ann Arbor in May, and that's going to be where? At the Ark?
It'll be at the Ark.
All right, at the Ark.
May
So make sure,
May 6th,
yeah, make sure you get out there and go see them at the Ark. So, amazing stuff. So, how long has the Ben Daniels Band been together? How long have you guys been doing music?
Oh, we've been a band for about 9 years now.
Nice.
Yeah, 9th year now.
Nice.
So,
No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And you guys write all your own music, right? It's not
Yep.
like you're hiring writers and say, hey, here's these lyrics, and you
yeah, we
write
do.
them.
We do it all.
Wow, that's amazing. And to you, what would you say is the most sort of fulfilling part about just being a musician in your mind?
Oh, I mean, it's something that I just do every day. So it's great to be able to share it with people. But it's just, I mean, it's fulfilling that I can do it in my living room or on stage, and people get joy out of it as much as I do. So.
That's awesome. And you're from nearby Ann Arbor, from Chelsea. But what would you say is like any of you guys? What's your favorite thing about Ann Arbor? Why do you like the city?
Well, I was born here, so
were you?
I love everything about Ann Arbor.
Nice. All right, born in Ann Arbor. Yeah. All right. Nice, wonderful. So you like everything about Ann Arbor? Do you have a favorite Ann Arbor hangout?
Well, now that I'm an adult, Main Street and the bars on Main Street are
top
excellent.
notch.
Pinball
But
Oh, pinball, right, Ben,
Pete's,
totally.
No, that's where I went when I couldn't drink just yet and wanted to like hang out downtown in Arbor. I would go to Pinball Pete's.
There you go. Now, are you an arcade guy? You like pinball and pinball?
A little bit. I
Yeah?
play, Pac-Man.
Yeah. You play a mean pinball, is that right?
pinball wizard.
Well, there we go. We'll have to do that sometime. I'll play it. That'll be cool. No, guys, and then so you're gentlemen back here, so you play that awesome, awesome bass. I mean, how do you like being in the band, and how did you get involved in playing such a large instrument? I mean,
yeah, well, I love being in the band, first of all. It's kind of just started as just something fun to do with Ben, just, you know, messing around, and it's turned into, like, the biggest part of my life, really.
Yeah.
So it's amazing. The big bass there, Wesley and I play in a bluegrass group, and so kind of just started doing it with that, and have been transitioning into playing it with this band too. So it's been really fun, and yeah, it's a good time.
that is so awesome. And then, you know, I understand you guys as a band touring, going around everywhere. There's always funny stories that happen, always funny things that occur. So do you guys have one funny story or funny moment that has happened on the road so far that you can tell us?
Oh yeah, I mean, we were coming back from Los Angeles. This sticks out to me right away, but we were driving in our RV after a show. We're all happy, dancing around with our shirts off for some reason. And,
why not?
Ace of Base.
Yeah, Ace of Base, Cruel Summer was playing, and Wes was filming with his camera phone, and then he fell into the table, so the camera just, everything exploded, and
the camera broke too.
it was probably, but it's just a video we just watch on loop.
Sure.
We'll send it here so you can play it right now.
No, yeah, we should do it. Let's play it. Now, of course, there were no adult beverages at all involved
Absolutely
in
not.
that. Of course,
No.
not at all. Bands never do that. It's always the.
Oh, we weren't driving.
No. Oh no, that's good. That's good. You weren't driving. So, talk about. Do you have any exciting touring trips coming up? Where you're going on the road?
We're heading up to Boyne Mountain tomorrow to play at the Snowflake Lounge.
Oh,
we'll
wow.
be up there
Nice.
throughout the winter. Play
We
some.
learned some sweet 80s covers for this gig.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyone that stick out?
Tears for Fears.
Tears for Fears
yeah.
and Cutting Crew.
I just died in your arms tonight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're nice. Nice.
It's
Wonderful.
like nice 80s power ballad.
Yeah. Right. Gotta love them for
Must
sure.
have been
Relive
something you
the
said.
ski lodge 80s years that we never got to live. So.
No, for sure.
I missed out.
You know, there you go. Get some nice wool sweaters, maybe some hot cocoa. You know,
Yep.
soak in the No, that's awesome, guys. Well, so if you go to Boyne Mountain and you're there, go see the Ben Daniels Band. Wonderful stuff. Really quick, guys, for the college students that are watching, because we know the University of Michigan, they have a great performing arts school, great music school. What would you, as a band, say to those students and to those young artists watching as advice to them? What advice do you have in sort of following your dream and making that a reality?
I would just say, if you're writing songs, write them for yourself. Write your vision and just kind of stay true to what you're yourself, because there's only one of you. And just make sure it's always fun.
Wonderful.
What about you, Wes? Anything?
Caught him off guard there.
Yeah, just keep doing it, you know? Just keep doing it.
That's great. That's great. Well, Ben Daniels Band, I want to thank you guys so much for joining me on the show. And I want to thank you guys so much for tuning into Ann Arbor tonight. That is all the time we have. I'd like to thank everybody who joined us. I want to thank Billy Ray Bauer. I want to thank Ricarlo Flanagan. I would like to thank Ari from Zingerman's. Thank you so much. And please be sure to tune in next time. And I want to shout out to the city of Ann Arbor. I want to shout out to the Ben Daniels Band. Wonderful stuff. And thank you to Alicia, to Dave, everyone at CTN for putting up with me. And we will see you next time on Ann Arbor Tonight.